When we are born, we are given a world built on the decisions of previous generations. A world created by their choices, some good and some bad. Decisions are constantly made without the knowledge of how they will affect us, our society, and our world. But what if we did know the effects? What if we could make choices now that would someday lead to a better world? Every person has a choice. We choose what we buy, what we wear, what we say, and what we do. These choices contribute to an ever-growing swell that drives the course of society, eventually defining an entire generation. But it all starts with one choice from one person. 2 generations ago, society began making choices that have shaped today's understanding of pornography. In 1948, Dr. Alfred Kinsey published a best-selling book that suggested that all forms of sexual behavior should be normalized and that people should pursue all sexual urges regardless of age. Businessmen capitalized on this new idea and porn magazines hit the newsstands. Many became convinced that it was cool, harmless, and a gentleman's pursuit. Then, in 1993, came the internet. And like a tidal wave, pornography flooded the World Wide Web as a generation became consumed. And now, for the first time in history, hardcore pornography can be accessed from anywhere and at any time. So what does this mean for our generation? Through new innovations in brain technology, psychology, and sociology, we now know the truth about pornography. Porn is like a drug. It can rewire the brain, form addictions, alter views about sex, objectify the human body, fuel the demand for sex slavery, and reshape society as a whole. Pornography is often violent and abusive, a degrading lie that distorts the very meaning of healthy relationships and love. We are the first generation in the history of the world to face the issue of pornography to this intensity and scale. We are also the first generation with a science-based understanding of the harm pornography can do. And with that knowledge, we feel the responsibility to share it with others. We are determined to be the generation who pursues real love and rejects its hollow counterfeit. We will fight this new drug, and we will not rest until the world knows that pornography is harmful.
Hey, I'm Matt O'Hara. I'm 28 years old, from Durham, North Carolina, now live in Maryland. And I'm the type of guy, I feel like I'm sitting on a winning lottery ticket. I mean, I have a beautiful wife, I have 2 beautiful girls, and beautiful family. I have a job that I love. Yeah, life is so great. But, you know, it wasn't always like that. When I was 10 years old, I was on a computer and I remember looking at a little pop-up, and that was like the first spiral. I remember my first video that I watched in 5th grade. And every day that I would just go back to my room after school, after the bus ride, and look at porn. That was like my whole middle school. Up until, February 2011, Valentine's Day showed up, and coincidentally, my computer also broke around that time. And I stopped watching porn. I couldn't look at porn for a good 6 months. And only then when I realized what a porn-free life was like. My head physically felt lighter. I could think clearer. I was less anxious. I was more confident. I was less jealous of other people. I remember only thinking about just getting through the day so I can look at porn and that be my high. And then post porn, the whole day can be a high. I wake up and life is good, and take out my guitar or go riding or hang out with my friends or just enjoy the sun, just enjoy people compared to being in my room by myself. I just remember what a black and white moment that was for me. Then Mimi and I, long story short, we got married, we had our honeymoon, and a week after our honeymoon, we had just moved to a new place. I had a new job, and yeah, one day I was just off my guard and clicked on a porn website, and one thing led to another, and I had a fall. And I just remember being so confused because we just got married and we just had our honeymoon and life's supposed to be good, and all of a sudden I'm looking at porn again. And I just couldn't believe it. And she could just tell there's a difference in me. I'd go 2 months and fall, another 2 months and fall, and we went through a whole year of this craziness. One day she said, like, look, you talk sometimes about how porn can ruin marriages. Well, it can ruin our marriage. It can end our marriage. It was just this reality hit. So I started thinking about, like, what was working when I wasn't looking at porn, before we were married. I was actively fighting for my future bride. And what happened when we got married is that I stopped because I got the bride. I had accomplished my goal. And that's when I realized the fight doesn't end on the wedding day. The fight continues every single day. Fighting for her and our love, and fighting for each other and our future families is what saved me. And that's the kind of love that I fight for.
Κύριε Ιησού Χριστέ, χάλασε τα σχέδια των εχθρών της πίστης μας και της πατρίδας μας.